So I guess let's show off the bump. This is the 16-week baby bump. Sorry, I'm like super duper close up here. Hi guys, welcome to my 15 and 16-week pregnancy update for baby number 2. I'm officially up 10 pounds in week 15 and 16, which is kind of whatever. At least I've been kind of steady for the past couple weeks, so that's kind of good, but it just felt like all of a sudden there I gained like several pounds. So that was kind of sucky, but as you guys know, with Calvin I gained a ton of weight, so if I gain a ton of weight again, I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. At this point with Calvin, my energy was already starting to return, but I feel like this time around, I am never going to get my energy back. I literally feel like this is just what life with a toddler is like. Like, you're just always tired. It doesn't matter if you're pregnant or not. Sleep has been kind of restless the past couple weeks. Like, I'll just get up in the middle of the night. Well, I'll just wake up in the middle of the night several times, but I'll be able to fall asleep very quickly. Like, I'll get up and pee and I'll come back to bed and fall asleep like usual. I'm not like, you know, my brain isn't like running and I can't like shut it off and I just can't fall back asleep. It's just that I keep waking up many times, but I'm able to fall asleep easily afterwards. In week 15, I was a little more hungry than usual, but I would say in week 16, my hunger levels have been kind of like in the normal range, like, you know, not pregnant range. So I don't know what that's about. I know around this time when I was pregnant with Calvin, like my hunger like started to explode. Like I was like starving all the time. So I'm at least happy that I don't feel that way so far this time. So I do just want to run through like several physical symptoms that I've been having lately, and some stuff has lasted, you know, several weeks that I just keep forgetting to mention to you guys. Some stuff is kind of newish, but I just feel like there's a lot of different physical random symptoms that I want to talk about here. So I've been getting migraines like crazy the past couple weeks, and that totally sucks. I spoke with a nurse at my latest doctor appointment, and she pretty much told me there was nothing that I could take to make them better except Tylenol, which does absolutely nothing. So that's great. I just am hoping that they go away. With Calvin, I didn't have very bad headaches at all. I had several in the beginning, but then like as the pregnancy progressed, I like never ever had headaches, which was awesome. But it seems to be a different case this time around because I just, especially the last couple weeks, I've been having really, really bad ones, and it's really sucked. I have been getting a little bit of heartburn. I may have mentioned that before. I feel like the hairline zits, like the zits in my hair and along my hairline, have been increasing lately. I feel like the like regular like face zits are kind of being okay, but the like hair zits are like going insane. I think I was starting to get a cold sore this week, but it kind of went away, so that was kind of weird. And a couple things that I have been having like pretty much since the very beginning that I keep forgetting to mention to you guys are sinus issues. I feel like I'm getting a cold like all the time, and especially in the morning. I just feel like I have like postnasal drip, but also like runny nose and stuffy nose, and just like all my like sinus area just feels all jacked up, especially in the morning time, the first couple hours after I get up. I don't know if that's just a coincidence, but that's kind of annoying. Even sometimes at bedtime it's like that, and so like I have to like sleep stupid on one side to try to get my nose to like drain to the other side or whatever, you know. So it kind of has been an issue, and I think I remember this with Calvin too, but I was pregnant kind of right around the same time with Calvin too, so I wonder if maybe it's allergies. I'm not totally sure if it's just a coincidence that it's like a fall time like thing or if it's actually a pregnancy thing, because I don't remember it last fall when I wasn't pregnant. And then the other thing that's been going on for a long time now is nipple sensitivity. When I was pregnant with Calvin, I had a lot of booby things going on in the first few weeks of pregnancy, like even before I knew I was pregnant and stuff. Like just those very early weeks, my boobs just felt like tingly and weird and like heavy, and like I did have a couple days of nipple sensitivity, but it really wasn't that bad. This time around it's later, like, and I wonder also if it has to do with nursing Calvin, because up until, let's see, it's mid-October now. Calvin stopped nursing the first weekend of September, and so it feels like the past month or so, like ever since Calvin quit nursing, my nipples have been super duper sensitive. Like even just like touching them like through a shirt or something is like really, really sensitive, and I did not remember that with when I was pregnant with Calvin. Like I don't remember that at all. Like I don't even remember like even just like sensitive through the shirt. I just remember a couple days where like when I was taking a shower, like I had to face away from the shower head because like the stabby of the water droplets was like really sensitive on my nipples. And I haven't felt that so far, but I still just have like really random moments where like just like something barely brushes my shirt and I'm like, holy crap, like that's so sensitive. Which is, I don't know if it has to do with weaning Calvin or not, because like that was one concern that I had about Calvin still nursing while I was pregnant, is that, well, if my nipples start to hurt in the beginning of pregnancy, I might have to quit. Me and Calvin might not be able to do this. It might be too intense and I can't do it. But we did really, really well until Calvin was ready to quit. And so then once he quit, my nipples were like, what the heck? And so they started acting crazy since then. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but that's just another thing that's been going on. So I mentioned that I had been to the doctor recently. I went to a maternal fetal medicine office, which is like a high-risk doctor aside from my regular doctor. And we got some news that kind of was unexpected. And I don't want to go too far into it right now, but if you want to hear more about it, I will leave some links below to different blog posts that I've kind of mentioned about it. Overall, in order to prevent premature rupture of membranes and the possibility of going into labor early, preterm labor this time around, which were both things that kind of happened with Calvin last time around, they want me to start taking estrogen shots, and also I am having ultrasounds every other week to check on my cervix. So I'll be very, very busy. I'm gonna be very, very busy going to the doctor like all the time now. And it was kind of overwhelming in the beginning, but I realized that it's not really that big of a deal. I made more of a deal of it than I really needed to in the beginning, but if you want to hear all about that, I'll leave some links down below just in case you guys are interested. I thought I would mention that here, that at the doctor some stuff went down. So anyway, I did end up getting an ultrasound last week at the maternal fetal medicine place, and I got to see baby, and it's just so cool, like, because I wasn't expecting that. I was really just expecting like a sit down conversation kind of appointment where we just talked about what happened with my last pregnancy and what we want to do this time around and stuff like that. I didn't really expect to get like a whole like ultrasound and everything, you know? And so that was an unexpected thing that I was actually kind of happy about, to be able to see baby on the ultrasound. And it was actually a pretty long ultrasound, just like taking some measurements and stuff, and baby's so tiny, but at the same time so much bigger than the last time I saw him at, like, you know, our 7-week ultrasound or whatever. So it's kind of crazy to think like just how much they grow in such a small amount of time. And me and my husband have been calling him by his name more recently, and it's finally starting to like feel good. Like I used to like didn't want to mention his name, and it just felt awkward to say his name, like I don't know, I don't really know how to explain it, but all of a sudden now the past couple weeks it's like, oh, okay, that's who he is. It's not like this, you know, mystery baby. He has a name. And we do want to do an announcement video about his name, but we're going to wait for the anatomy ultrasound to double check that he's actually a boy, since we're just relying on our sneak peek results for everything right now up until I think it's at 19, it's right over 19 weeks that I'm gonna have my ultrasound to see if he actually is a boy. So we will wait until it's official before we announce a name video here for you guys. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.